This video is sponsored by Helsinki Metal Festival 2023.
Hello everybody out there, this is Kai.
And Michael.
And we are booked for the Helsinki Metal Fest as headliners on the
11th of August. After all the cancellations and stuff, we're happy to finally come to your country.
Yeah.
See you there then.
Yeah.
Bonjour and welcome to Rauta's French Trash crossover thing. Here we have today Monolyth, which is still partially unwrapped, only unwrapped so much that I could get the CD out, but now it's the real deal. However, this is pure promo copy, so there is no jewel case, no digipack whatsoever, just something very back to the old school days, and not exactly the days when CDRs weren't used, but this is a CDR copy of Monolyth, We've Got the Sun. And this is the third album by the band. And this is how the cover looks. They indeed got the sun. And this is how the back cover looks like. So this is distributed by Season of Mist, but it seems this is technically speaking a self-financed release. And coming from France, this band has been here since 2006, and on Metal Archives their genre is listed power/trash metal. That might sound a little bit odd, but it kind of holds true. Now, I haven't heard the previous album, Catch the Sun, from 2007, the debut album, or A Bitter End, the second album, but the third one, which is definitely leaning towards the first one with the title, is not exactly so much of a trash metal album anymore. It's more like trash stuff or groove metal gone a little bit metalcore. I guess it's very trendy to do that, and as such I totally understand the hype. Why to go there, why to do such a crossover, sounds so modern and maybe get for the bigger audience, but the downside of things is this is not gonna serve neither of the fans, that is the audience for any given style. From trash point of view, I think this sounds way too metalcore. It's also like having this very polished, very overproduced production that is, everything sounds so clinical. It's almost like borderline annoying. Don't get me wrong, the guitars sound heavy and there's certain kind of a power to it. And same can be said about the drums, obviously. So it seems like well made in that respect. When it comes to songwriting, the compositions, however, it is where I just jump off and say thanks, but no thanks. The thing here is, this is partially being modern trash, and to a certain extent it kind of works. But when there's like, I don't know, layers of keyboards, clean singing here and there, and certain kind of a deathcore moments, it's almost like, why? Now the band itself calls this melodic death trash, and I kind of get where they're getting from. I mean, once you start figuring out, okay, melodic death metal, I mean, it comes from Gothenburg, Sweden, with bands such as In Flames, and stop right there. Yeah, we're not gonna talk about Dark Tranquility or In Flames or any of those Gothenburg stuff, but if that's your melodic death metal, not like Bolt Thrower doing death metal, but with melodies, that's where you get confused, and that's where you start like either hating or liking the band. Now, if you like modern take of In Flames, that is when they really moved on the melodic metal and started doing some kind of a, I don't know, Americanized metalcore thing, even though coming from Sweden with their melodic metal background, that is probably where Monolyth is like, hey, that's our biggest inspiration. We want to sound like those guys, but with a French take. And add some trash. So it's almost like I take metalcore, blend it with melodic death metal or just melodic metal, throw a little bit of At the Gates in the mix, put that in the blender, and a few minutes later you have this combination, this crossover of things. Where it sucks is it doesn't sound metalcore enough, I guess, for a lot of metalcore fans out there. It certainly doesn't sound like enough trashy for trash metal fans, nor it's exactly death trash or melodic metal. It's kind of like a weird hybrid of that all, which makes this kind of a Lovecraftian horror, lacking the actual horror element in the sense of where Lovecraft is being loved and all that stuff. Now, throughout these less than 40 minutes of an album, I felt more like disappointed, and disappointed. Don't get me wrong, it's technically speaking nicely done. The vocals are quite okay with the kind of a raspy, semi-growly, semi-shouty, whatever vocals. And like I said, the production is pretty good, but it's almost like soulless. It's almost like machine-made. So for me, this is pure mediocrity in so many ways, and which is also why I understand this goes as independent or self-released. There's no label to put this out, and I can totally understand why. So if I was the band coming with their third and hard album where the bands are usually in their crossroads, I would say reconsider this chosen path. Maybe this is your pothole in the road and you will figure out something else to do. But with this album, all bets are off. Cannot really recommend this to unless you're in for some crossover treatment with the given genres mentioned. So off you go with Monolyth, and whatever links are provided in the description box, so check it out or check it out not. I don't really, frankly speaking, care. But if you want to give it a shot, you will find the links and then you can listen to the music. Thanks for checking out the review. Looking forward to your comments and opinions. Bye bye.